Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of PVT Player versus Team. And I'm back with the squad. My main guy, my host, Willie Beeman.
What's up, guys?
Mr.
Welcome
Right
back to
in the building. And
welcome back to Player versus Team.
What up, what up, what up?
We got my girl Key on with us. Key, what's up?
What up? What's going on? Appreciate y'all for having me back.
Hell yeah.
You already know. Well, first off and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and get everybody's early thoughts on this ass whooping that we are witnessing in the NBA Finals. Starting off with Will. How you feeling right now?
I'm sort of kind of shocked by it. I thought Dallas would come out, being that they're battle tested, a little bit more of a child Warriors road to the finals. I thought they'll come out play a little bit better. But right now, Boston got all come off the heads of all that rest. A healthy Porzingis, yeah, they're getting their ass whipped right now. But I still got the Mavs in 6.
Most definitely. Mr. Wright, how we feeling?
Man, I 100% agree, man. Like, even if they weren't going to win, you know what I mean? I definitely felt like the Mavs were going to come out with a different type of punch. Again, like he mentioned, battle tested. They had to grind their way to get to this finals, especially in comparison to Boston. But Porzingis came back, and he's a healthy Porzingis today, we see. You feel me? And, of course, my boy Jaylen Brown doing what he always do, man. So, yeah, that's a rough start. I'm actually super surprised. I won't lie. I had the feeling that Kyrie was going to come in, one of those I've been here before, calm, collected, and start off with the strongest punch of everybody. So I'm a little shocked to see how he playing today.
Most definitely. Key, how we feeling?
So I went out to dinner and I watched it at the restaurant, and I was just like, ooh, Porzingis coming out hot. Boston coming out hot with all this rest. But I kind of low-key was upset I didn't do this fan duel because I seen Porzingis come in, and I thought he was going to be a little rusty. But dang it, I missed out on that opportunity. But I still think Dallas, there's still a lot of series left. Only the first game, Dallas can come back. I still got Dallas in 7.
I share the same sentiments. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I felt that the Mavericks was going to come out a little more fiery than this. But being that they had a longer series, then the legs might not be under them a little bit. But Celtics had a lot more rest. I didn't think that Porzingis was going to be a difference maker like this. I knew that he was going to be better or have them a lot better defensively, as well as shooting, as well as spacing. But, man, this dude came out on fire. 3 blocks in the first half. He was hitting everything from 3. I was like, oh, yeah, he might be the ultimate difference maker. I still got Dallas in 7. I think this series is going to go to 7. I still think Dallas has a lot more fight in them. But entertaining series so far. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and ask the panel a question. You guys just go ahead and fire off your answers, and then we'll go ahead and get into all of the extra logistics and all the stuff like that. It's a WNBA against Caitlyn Clark.
No.
I don't think so either.
Listen, it's the WNBA. That's all it is. You feel me? Caitlyn Clark is another rookie. She is out here. She getting the treatment. Now, does the fact that she have the profile that she have maybe bring a little more intensity? Maybe. I mean, if I'm competitive and I see the cameras on you, if we on the court together and the cameras on you, I'm going to take this time to shine, baby. So let's not act brand new. This is normal. This is what we do. This is basketball.
Literally. Will, what we thinking?
I think, yeah. You know, she's got that quote unquote great white hope image. Plus another thing that is looked at is the fact that, you know, white girls straight can be quite possibly the face of the league. We talked about it earlier. The thing that's pissing me off is the fact she's getting all this press, but Angel Wilson's having an MVP season, and she ain't nobody talking about her. Leads the league in scoring, lead the league in rebounding. Ain't nobody talking about her.
I can tell you why nobody talking about her. Caitlyn Clark has the trifecta. You feel me? She has a style they like to watch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She has the talent, and she's white. And when you look at everybody, if you look at any other name you're gonna throw out there that could have been doing this, I bet you they missing something on that trifecta.
But here's my one pushback to that. My one pushback is the fact Angel Wilson is a legitimate vet. She's been in the league for God knows how long. She's been successful at this level. Caitlyn Clark is a rookie. So I think we just need to pull back, accept her for being, if you want to call her a super rookie, that's fine. But we need to pull back and start giving some of these established players that shine. Because again, Angel Wilson's having an MVP season. MVP season. If she doesn't win it, it's a damn crime. So I don't think the league is against Caitlyn per se. I think she has the, as you said, a trifecta to get the media coverage. But at the end of the day, it's Angel Wilson that's one that's dominating, not her.
That's not gonna get America to watch it though. It'll get America to watch Angel Wilson. It won't get America.
I think that's the ultimate difference right there, though, because we understand how the league is, and we understand how the outlook of the league was. And to speak on Mr. Wright's point, she has that trifecta, right? And when you look at the other white players that came before, i.e., the Diana Taurasi's, the Brianna Stewart's, right? Even the Kelsey Combs to an extent, it's like they don't have that trifecta, right? Like even with Brianna Stewart, her being a two-time MVP, four-time NCAA champion, two-time WNBA champion, she doesn't have the quote-unquote trifecta because she's still labeled as, or she still has that LGBTQ monitor on her, or moniker, and we know how America, like how Mr. Wright put it, we know how they feel about that. Right.
And so, the other thing she missing is that style of play they like. Because what happened with the NBA, they said we tired of that slow inside. The people want to watch shots, fancy moves, quick passes, running up and down, pace and shooting. Brianna Stewart, she's a beast. She slowed the game down. And you see it a lot of times, even in the NCAA men's. You get those big men, they dominate, they do great. But the league not going to let you slow them down and ruin their pacing. So Brianna Stewart is, come on, man. Caitlyn Clark didn't win a single natty. And they were calling her the best woman basketball player of all time. Like, Brianna, Stewie got a lot to say about that. I ain't going to lie to you. Stewie got a lot to say about that.
Yep.
Key, let's get you in here. How you feeling about this?
I blasted off about this last night on my show that I do every Wednesday night. Got to put a plug out there, 7,200 seconds. Me and my man Dante. I said I'm all I know Caitlyn Clark is legit the college player. She's the greatest scorer of all time in college history. We understand that and I get it. But for her, like, she's overshadowing some of these other players. What about Sabrina? What about the Leah Edwards? What about Elisa Pilley from Minnesota? Nobody's talking about Minnesota. Minnesota is a big contender this year. She came in debut and dropped 20 points. 20 points. Nobody's talking about her. Nobody's talking about Cameron Brink and her defense. How she can legit.
I love that girl.
Here, nobody's talking about Enrique Gumawale. She's leading the league in scoring right now. Angel Reese is leading the rebounders for rookies right now and offensive rebounds, but nobody's talking about Angel. They talking about her being a villain. It's okay.
I think rebounds. Period.
Everybody needs a villain on their team.
Offensive. She's leading offensive the league.
Yeah, she's leading offensive.
But she got a top. She's somewhere in that top for all rebounds too.
Most definitely.
Talking about Camila Cadorso coming back. Why is like we so comfortable looking at Caitlyn Clark on a poopy team at that? She is They are 2-9.
You said that too nice, Key. You said that too nice.
I said the season for the Fever was 17 games because there's no way on paper they should be playing like poop right now. That coach got to go. I'm sorry. She don't know what to do with Caitlyn Clark. She don't know what to do with Aaliyah Boston. Feed Aaliyah Boston. Do a two-man game, pick and roll all day long. Maybe Caitlyn Clark and Aaliyah Boston all day long.
I think that's unfair though. I don't think we should blame the coach.
Me too.
I watched Indiana because they played my Chicago Sky. Yeah, shout out to Chicago Sky. We'll take the villain Angel Reese. I'm glad that she went to the team.
We'll take that villain
Y'all know
day.
where I'm from. I'm from the GO.
Hell
But
yeah,
listen,
that villain all day.
But listen, I watched that game, and if we watching that game, man, I'm watching Caitlyn Clark give passes. Why is them seeing so many missed layups? This is why y'all viewership was struggling. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm watching the Fever out there get wide open layups, miss. Man, it was insane to me. I don't think I blame the coach. These young ladies actually butt. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie to you. They actually
I think that's a little far too.
I think they butt. You feel me? And the thing is, like, Caitlyn Clark ain't gonna be able to carry them until her shooting gets better. You feel me? And right now she not. We see what happened. And what's funny is why can't we critique that? Why is it always a fight every time we mention that she's having a terrible time shooting?
Because
Come on, man.
Because she the great white hope.
Angel Reese is getting killed for it.
I'm just gonna call
Angel Reese is getting killed for exactly though, right? The great white hope, man. I'm trying to tell you. That's the change, man. And we're getting false fights. Like I saw an argument the other day that, Angel Reese never shows Caitlyn Clark any respect. I said, if you actually sat down and watch any interviews, she always mentioned how she respects Caitlyn Clark. She mentions also that she's a competitor, so on the court we're not gonna be friends, and that goes for everybody. Duh.
But that's a good point you just brought up, because they be getting mad when people don't speak highly of Caitlyn Clark, but don't say nothing when Caitlyn Clark doesn't speak high of someone else. Don't say nothing. When she speaks highly of Angel Reese, well, it just goes right under the media train. But when Angel Reese gets put in that villain role, everybody hears it.
Man, what? Look at how we get attacked for any criticism on Caitlyn Clark, right? But I literally watched the world joke about Angel Reese death threats.
Yep.
A man pulled up to the Chicago Sky Hotel looking for Carter on some bucking out as soon as she hop off the bus shit. That's normal to y'all? And I'm watching people joke, haha, that's what she get. I play basketball. That little hip check she did was a tech. But let's not act like she punched that woman. All that comparison of Draymond shit, throw that out the window. Let's put side by sides of Draymond and what Carter did. We talking about the man that jumped on somebody's stomach, that kicked somebody in the nuts.
Oh, it depends. It depends.
Hey,
man, it don't depend. I can show you Draymond highlights.
No.
I can show you Draymond highlights. That hip check was not the same.
Every Draymond.
You gonna put that next to the chokehold that he put on Rudy?
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is every Draymond foul is not the same. You know what I'm saying?
But
like
they're
it's
comparing it to what you're doing is trying to take away because
I'm not even starting. I ain't even say nothing yet.
You did because you're trying to take away that every Draymond foul.
I did, nigga. I said a whole sentence to your soliloquy. You can't do that to me.
You trying to cut me? I see what you're doing. Don't undercut me with the Draymond.
I ain't trying to undercut. I'm just saying, bro, a tough player is a tough player, nigga. If you willing to knock somebody to the floor, that's a Draymond type, nigga. You might shoot a little better. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that she's egregious and that she's terrible. It's like, nigga, we love Draymond.
But that's what they're saying. They're calling her egregious when they doing that. If you look at the comparisons if you look at the comparisons I'm referring to when they calling her Draymond, it's them calling her the egregious, the going out her way to hurt people. And don't get me wrong, I know what Carter's background is. So if you say that Carter is the type of person that has a bad attitude, I would say you 100% have that. When you say that Carter is purposely targeting Caitlyn Clark with malice, then we gotta stop. That's the player she is. We gotta stop with that, and that's where I feel like the narratives start getting so.
Let's not forget what Caitlyn Clark did on the other side of the court that night.
Right before the break.
Right.
Let's not forget
Right.
that. If anything, I said that's that one instance where you can win it.
Did Draymond said? Did y'all hear what Draymond said about Trinity Carter and Caitlyn Clark and all the shit surrounding them?
I just seen the enforcer quote. I ain't really seen much else.
So he responded after that. So he had the enforcer tweet, but he got the Draymond Green show. So when Trinity Carter is like, "Oh fuck that enforcer shit," he had to respond. But like what he said to me in my eyes was really on point, because he's saying like, look, he basically looked at Trinity like, look, you said said something about my enforcer quote. I wasn't trying to get at you, but you know what I'm saying, you got to understand, you're talking to Draymond Green, nigga. I'm the king of knocking somebody to the fucking floor. You know what I mean? And Draymond's thing to Trinity was, I don't care that you did it, own it. Don't act like You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like a planned thing that y'all did or whatever. Because as soon as she did it, nigga, fucking Angel Reese is sprinting and jumping at her. Nigga, like hell yeah,
My
like of
thing
course.
is-
He's like,
my
it looks like
thing
they.
is- My thing is, where's Caitlyn Clark's teammates when all this happens?
That's what he said too.
Right there.
Where
That's what he said
where
too.
the teammates at?
Like, cause Draymond.
They didn't get off the bench. They didn't do nothing.
See, but that's when Draymond turned to Caitlyn Clark and was like, first of all, you know, because he plays with Steph, the best example. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's like, first of all, Steph ain't taking that himself. First of all, second off, I'm not finna let Steph handle that fight. I'ma club that nigga before anybody else. I'll be ejected 82 times if Steph was victim to that shit. So he was saying the same shit. Like, nigga, I'm saying the same. I'm not like backpedaling, nigga. They still need an enforcer, nigga. Like
That's facts. That's an Indiana thing, though. You know what I mean? That's something Indiana got to figure out. Because why one of Aaliyah Boston or one of them big motherfuckers ain't walk over there and say, "Hey, get off my teammate."
I
That's
feel
an
like they
internal
don't.
thing.
I feel like they don't like her. I
wouldn't
feel like they
that
don't
either.
like her.
Y'all
Me
seen that
neither.
video when they was trying to turn up for the game and she looking like this
Yeah.
jungle monkey music.
Yeah.
You know what she used to turn up to? She probably was on a Swiftie. Y'all playing jungle music. She not getting with that. She thought she was coming to
He
Indiana.
reminds me of Rudy Gobert in a sense, because remember when Rudy Gobert first got to the T Wolves, Anthony Edwards was like, "Oh no, we got this soft dude coming to play for my team." I can't stand Gobert, by the way. Gobert irks my nerves.
I don't like him either.
But,
Soft ass.
Softest defensive player of the year ever.
Ass.
Dallas
Soft
Boy.
ass.
Tissue.
Hey, Mister got highlights of people dunking on you. Stop playing with me. We can watch a 10-minute compilation of him getting dunked on right now.
I think what makes me mad, because that doesn't make me mad. That just means you're willing to play defense in my eyes. You know what I mean? Same thing with like PG.
Hey,
right?
let me talk
PG.
my crazy shit though. You right. Let me talk crazy about them.
I mean, no. I mean, but in a sense, you still not wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like Rudy Gobert is like one of them where it's like, bro, you 7 feet. How are you no kind of offensive player at all? Like, nigga, you can't
no back
Just
to
have
the
a bag.
basket, no low block, no mid range, no nothing.
can't develop a hook shot, nigga. If I'm 7 foot,
No nothing.
if I'm 7 feet tall, nigga, I'm working on the shimmy hook all day. all day.
long.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give a
He
fuck.
got lucky with the dirt shot, thinking he was Dirk Nowitzki with that turnaround
Hey.
fade.
I was shocked. I was shocked.
What make it so difficult? Because you don't have to practice creating a
The
shot.
fact-
You ain't
no,
got to
the
take a
fact-
dribble. You ain't got to do
It's
nothing but
it's the
catch
fact
and-
that he don't hit that shot is what it is. Nigga, when I seen that shot, I was like not really paying attention. I'm like, oh nigga, Karl Anthony Towns going crazy. That was Rudy? Like, I mean,
If I'm 7 foot, I'm not practicing no shimmy, no post, nothing. You know why? I'm gonna go in there and shoot a million shots, just jump shots, because you 7 foot. They not gonna get out there and block it. So as long as you
Yeah,
can get
but,
that mug into the bucket, they setting you up. That pick and pop, that's money. And look
it
at
depends.
and look at him.
He
Look at him though. He just went from not being able to score to now I play with a man who demands so much attention. I'm going 100% at the time because nobody thinking about me.
But
look at how
check me out though. Kevin Durant not blocking the sky hook.
That's true. That's true.
No, I hear you, but most niggas not blocking most niggas not blocking him, just catching that wide open three because nobody's thinking about him because they focus on Ant and Cat.
Most, but
yeah.
but nobody's
Wemby
blocking
would.
the sky hook
Wemby
though.
would. I watched Wemby, and I'm gonna give you a maybe Zion because I watched Zion block a 3-pointer from all the way down in the paint. So
I mean, but you got to understand why the sky hook is unblockable though. It's one, you got a 7-footer, and then he's extended with one hand like it's a dunk, and he didn't jump. Like
I hear you. Oh, I hear
not
you. But
blocking
those are two men that defy physics on that level. You also ain't never seen 3 men come down on a fast break at the 3-pointer, but scared because they like, damn, Wemby's right there and he still can get to blocking this.
Yep.
I watched the whole fast break crumble, but against that one, it's just different. It's a difference. Yeah, it's not normally blockable. Those Zion and Wemby, I done seen them block some things that normal niggas would never block. It's just
I'll put it to you like this, and I'm gonna give you the perspective, bro. This when Dirk was hitting them post faders on niggas, Yao Ming was still in the league, right? And Derrick Rose was in his prime, right?
Yeah.
So they made a comparison of what it would take to block Dirk's fadeaway, and they said you would have to have the height of Yao Ming and the bounce of Derrick Rose.
Damn.
Now, with that being the case, what would you have to be to block the sky hook if it's that hard to drop a Dirk fade?
It would depend on the problem with that question that you're talking about is where they're blocking the ball. Because if I change where I block the ball, it changes the entire physics of what I need.
And how the game changed.
I mean, like, if you coming from the side or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you coming from a diagram, wherever I decide to contact that ball is going to also change the physics I need. So, yeah, if you're talking about jumping straight up to block that, hell no. But that's not the way you're going to ever block a skyhook.
No.
But how else, though? How else would you do it?
You're going to have to kind of jump to the side and meet it when it's coming up.
I can see that.
Which is why it would take somebody as amazing as a Wemby or Zion.
But at that point,
the perfect jump.
But at that point, brother,
don't get me wrong. I feel like you think I'm
like,
thinking like this on constantly get blocked. You gonna get a 90% rate of nobody touching 95. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you're wrong. That's a great shot. You feel me? I'm just saying like freak athletes might get to it type shit. But I hear what you're saying.
Let me ask
hey, real quick, Mr. White. Let me ask you this real quick, and I know I'm gonna take everybody back to there real quick. We talking about unblockable shots. Y'all remember late school Bill Cartwright?
I can't say that I do. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay.
Not enough.
Okay. So that shot he had in Chicago, back when he won the first repeat with the Lakers, that flick this shot, you ain't blocking that neither.
Yeah, but I do know the shot you're talking about.
I think with Bill though, it was different because he had the timing of it. Like he perfected the timing of that shot to the point where it was damn near unblockable when he pulled up from that motherfucker. I think that was the ultimate difference. But like with the hook shot, it's crazy because it's the angle of it, right? Like you offhand and you kind of just falling backwards, but at the same time, like Dre said, you jumping, so it's like it's hard to really get that angle to really
especially with the wide shoulders.
And the cold part is
the wider your shoulders, the longer the distance you got over there.
And the coldest part about it, even if you was in position, right? Like bro was saying, like I'd have to slide into position. If you in that position, all I gotta do is put the ball in the other hand. You out the play.
Problem is though, nobody get to work like that in the post for real no more. I'm a student of the post. That's how I play real life basketball. It's my favorite part of the game. They don't like that slow down essence because when you talk about those guys, they could slow down the entire game. Everybody got to play at their pace. You see Jokic do it a bit, man. He make the entire court play at his pace.
He does.
But the NBA don't like that style. That's why them rules got altered a bit to help out with the running gun shoot a little bit more. You know, the Steph Curry type cats. That's the game that sell the cats now. But yeah, that post game, because there's a couple cats that could have used that post game to go crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid.
Bro, if I was Giannis, that's all I would do. Like, and I understand,
we never.
I understand he got again. I mean, bro,
that was my dog. That's why I don't like speaking on him no more.
Bro, he could look, but the cold part about Giannis, bro, is he has that classic problem that niggas won't but don't at the same time. It's like there's niggas who done worked on their hook, they shot, they dribble, pull up, and all that shit beforehand. But then when they get to the lead, they got to get big. And they got to gain muscle, and they got to get on the end. But it's like that nigga's already a freak. Exactly. It's like, if that nigga just sat there and worked on his shot all day and get like 2, maybe 3 post moves, nigga, that nigga is going for 4 straight rings no matter who's on his team.
Here's the problem. My nigga has no jump shot. That post, he was working on it. When I watched him play Phoenix, that post was getting better. It wasn't the best, but it was getting better, and I love to see it. Even without that shit, if he was healthy, motherfucking Boston not in the finals right now. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Giannis is the type of man that he'd be like, I think it's time I win this game, and he just take over. I watched him do it against Phoenix. Came back from an injury, said, can y'all stop me? Not really. Oh, you got somebody in my way? Excuse me. He's a force. He's a force. That's why it irritates me that he ain't just add a little KD midi yet and start killing everybody.
I I think the only problem he got, because the team they got is good enough in my opinion. I think the only problem that tends to happen with him and Dame on the court is Dame has showed that team plenty of times. Y'all need to run this shit through me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to let me bring the ball up the court. Let me make a decision. Let me decide if I want to shoot or pass it off, because he's probably going to get the rebound anyway if I miss. And two, it's like now once I put him in the game, y'all been worried about me the whole time.
Well, Giannis tried to allude
Now
to
he
that,
can
though.
take over.
He tried to allude to that during the season. Just nobody listened to him because they thought he was trying to.
My thing with Dame is he's a walking turnstile, because the defense isn't there for Dame. He's not
Dame
a
ain't
good
the
Bro,
one.
last
Dame ain't
season
the one.
Giannis sat.
I've
He's
been
not a good
But
defender.
that's not why they brought him in, though.
I've been
Last
telling y'all
season-
Dame not the
He's
one
not a
since
good
LaMarcus
defender.
Aldridge. Hey, I will
Last
tell y'all
season-
this: Damian Lillard ruined LaMarcus Aldridge's career, and I will
Bro,
stand on that because
last
Damian Lillard is
season-
not the point guard to lead you.
Bro, last season, fucking Giannis sat 6 straight games. Damian Lillard won 5 of those games.
I'm not saying
No
he's not
Giannis on the floor.
I'm not saying
Oh,
he's
he
not
can.
offensive force, because of course
He was
is.
winning in Portland. He was
No,
winning in
No,
Portland.
you gotta hear.
until
You gotta
the
hear what
playoffs.
I'm saying though.
I
Imagine Giannis. Imagine Giannis playing off of that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
As
for
opposed to everything.
Yeah.
If you remember how I started my statement, it was if Giannis played, Boston wouldn't be in the finals. I think Giannis walks everybody in the East because at this point, even watching this year, it's clear as day nobody can fuck with Giannis. I'm watching Miles Turner, Cook, whoever the fuck on Boston. Nobody can fuck with Giannis. Let's keep it a buck. I don't watch this man walk through too many teams. That is clearly enough. Dame as the offense, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Dame is not the who I don't want to give you a great example right now. I will go back to Dame is not the Steph, the man that's gonna make everybody around him look better. Dame ain't the seasoned Chris Paul. I don't want to say playoff Chris
Thank you,
Paul because
Melvin.
he always hurt. But
He
like
don't
Dame
play
is
no
just not
defense.
that. Dame, like, it's the same thing with Trey Young. Trey Young is a great player, great statistics. He's not gonna win. One of my favorite players ever, James Harden. And you know what about James Harden? He's not the guy to lead you to winning. That
No.
man is a bucket.
Mm-mm.
He can pass wonderfully,
Mm-mm.
but he's not the guy that's gonna win for you.
Dame
and
is
it's just
to me.
Dame has to be number 2 in order to win. He can't
Right.
be number
Dame's
1.
not-
But
Dame's
he
not
can
that
run the
dude.
offense, like you
He's
say.
like
He
Russell
can run the
Westbrook.
offense,
Russell
but
Westbrook
he's not
has
the.
to, Russell Westbrook on the team has to be the first or second option on the team. Russell Westbrook
Not,
still can play.
never first. You're not winning if he first.
No.
So
No.
I
Okay,
wouldn't say
second or
first, but
second or third option for Russell Westbrook then. But
Most definitely.
Westbrook still can play at this high level. He has
Of
to be.
course.
He has to go somewhere where.
My only issue with Dame, for every 2 or every 3 he get, he gonna give up on the other end. That's my only issue with Dame. That's my
Yeah,
only
but that's what everybody else on Boston for. They
Right.
everybody else on Boston to
That's
make
why I
sure
was
that
thinking of- that's
Dame
why I
just
was
got to
thinking-
lock the perimeter up.
Milwaukee.
Oh, you want to walk past me? Okay, cool. I got somebody there for you.
But that's why I was sort of
Bobby
thinking-
Portis and Giannis, they got that.
No, I'm saying if they put the right team around him, Dame could easily be like I want to say like an off-brand Steph. Like
Giannis,
you know what I'm saying?
Giannis just got to be healthy. That's what he got to do. Eat the Wheaties,
Yep.
stay on the court.
Eat the Wheaties, stay on the court. Let me ask y'all a question though, real quick. Is there any validity to what Angel Reese said in her comments, saying that Caitlyn Clark isn't the only person that
It's all facts.
we're coming to watch?
It's all facts. How can you see a celebrity? How can you see multiple celebrities say, "I'm coming to watch the league for Angel Reese," and then say that Angel Reese don't bring nobody? That makes zero sense.
On top of that, I feel like I'm a good example of like, okay, last year, maybe more like the year before that, like I didn't give a fuck about the WNBA. I didn't give a fuck about women's basketball. I didn't know what was going on with it. I ain't research it. I didn't care. But the moment I seen Angel Reese doing this in Caitlyn Clark face,
you can't be.
I was like, hold up, bro. Like,
but he saw the John Cena. He cared then.
yeah, I'm like, who is that? You know what I'm saying? And then I went and tapped in. Like,
I let you
mean?
talk about that moment because I find it interesting too when they won. The difference between how people talk bad about Angel Reese the next year when she lost. So like they series 1-1, right? They both met. So why does it seem like the public treat Angel Reese's loss so much worse than Caitlyn Clark's loss, which was for the title when Caitlyn Clark lost?
Because they essentially made Reese the villain after that incident, right? Like and this is what I was telling my boy Mel right here in the comments, right? She would essentially came back at Caitlyn because Caitlyn waved off, one of her friends, Raven Johnson, in the previous game where they'd seen each other during the tournament, right? So she comes back and she's flashing the ring at her and she's giving her the "you can't see me" because Caitlyn is giving this South Carolina the "you can't see me," right? So that is what kind of sparked that rivalry, and then Angel Reese goes on to win the national championship, and then she becomes the ultimate villain. She becomes the ultimate bad guy. She's given Caitlyn the "you can't see me" flash in the ring. She's cocky like all these other people have to say. So she's essentially entering that quote unquote villain moniker, even that's what people want to claim to be.
Just real quick, I want to correct a comment here that says she's not nationally famous, she's social media famous. Nationally means across the country, so the fact that people across multiple state lines are actually fans of Angel Reese would mean that she's nationally famous.
I think
don't know where
and plus every team needs a villain. I'm sorry, you need that team. You need that teammate on your team who's gonna go ride hard for you, regardless what happens on the floor. You need that team.
That's why I don't understand the WNBA at all. Like when Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark both first got in the league, I'm thinking like, okay, if I'm running the WNBA, right? I'm thinking like, all right, I've been watching these college games. I see this rivalry going on over here. You feel me? I'm gonna promote the fuck out of that. My problem was when they came in, Caitlyn Clark, nationally televised. Angel Reese's first debut wasn't, right? But then they end up like fucking
everybody wanted to see it. Everybody
end up streaming it. Yep. They end up streaming it. It gets 3 million streams just off somebody's fucking phone, and that's what let the WNBA know. I'm like, y'all dumb as fuck. Y'all dumb as hell.
See, and that's the thing. So like, you see the comments where it's like they not on the same level. I mean, and it's funny because what he just say, they didn't even nationally televise her shit, but she got 3 million. There were people actually so outraged that they had to change the schedule. People were outraged that game wasn't nationally. Celebrities, top money makers. So people who sit on their couch all day are talking about she's not famous. That don't make sense. You're not even
now take it a step further. Take it a step further. Another reason I'm mad at the WNBA. Take it a step further. They promoting them different. So now Caitlyn Clark's little fans can be like, oh, well, Caitlyn Clark's generating all these views. Yeah, every game she has is nationally televised.
Yep.
They're promoting the fuck out of every game what do you think's gonna happen, nigga? She's gonna get more views, more ratings, more businesses are gonna pick it up. Like, look what just happened, because everybody just seen it. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing that to Angel Reese. So she's not even getting a fair shake in the shit. And when we go back to the start, we're like, well, look where all this shit came from. Look where all the attention that y'all got, look where it came from. And the WNBA just took everything Angel Reese was doing and just threw it out the fucking window and was like, let's promote Caitlyn Clark. And now her fans is uttering some shit that we know is bullshit because we seen it happen. So you can't just stand on like, oh, well, she's bringing more viewers. Duh, nigga, she has every machine backing her.
And I think even without that, she's still bringing them viewers because, like I said earlier,
not the same way.
Yes, yeah. And hear me out. If you were the type of person that burned lowercase t's on people's front lawn, there's only one person that you're gonna watch. If you and your people dress up in your pillowcases and burn lowercase t's, there's only one person you're gonna watch. I watched somebody actually say, what is Angel Reese's problem with Caitlyn Clark? And a fan said, oh, it's just that black women are the most jealous species on the planet. That was the answer. That black women are the most jealous species on the planet. These are the people that are being brought in. They're not real basketball fans. These are people who see a straight white woman with some talent and they're hitching their wagon to her. And that's the difference. The real fans of Caitlyn Clark can't have a conversation with the real fans of Angel Reese and basketball because these fake fans are out here starting this racial issue that actually doesn't exist in the WNBA. The pros, the people who have been doing this for years, when you motherfuckers wasn't watching basketball, when the WNBA wasn't shown to y'all because y'all didn't know what was going on. Some of us peeped some games. I used to actually cop tickets and go watch them, but I ain't gonna get into all that.
Since the
But
beginning.
new people is telling you
Okay.
that this shit not going on, and I ain't gonna act like I, was the biggest fan, but I still respected it. People
Who
that's
that
been
been?
there for years said, "Hey guys, this is normal. I went through it. This person went through it. We even have some footage of this person going through it. Look at this person who went through it. All of us can attest that we went through it. For
I
some
only
reason, you
got 5
people who have
seconds.
never played
I
basketball
got
are
5 seconds.
telling us it's not it."
Mel said he got 5 seconds, y'all.
Go ahead, Mel.
Go ahead, Mel. Do your thing.
So my connection is effed up over here, but I had to work today, so I'm gonna jump in. We're gonna get to this tomorrow though. So if any of y'all want to come on the show tomorrow, we can do this tomorrow too.
We live at 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything you just said is a lie. They didn't do this to other rookies when they came into the league. We can just look at it right now. They're not doing it to any of the other rookies. We had the one incident with Angel Reese when she got choke slammed to the ground. But Cameron Brink hasn't had this happen. Kmart didn't have this happen. And Cardoza didn't have this when she started playing. None of the other rookies are going through this. And none of the rookies before it. They didn't do this to Asia. They didn't do this to Kelsey Plum. It's a lie. All of it is a lie. Secondly, when I say they're not on the same level, I'm not saying that Angel Reese isn't popular and people aren't coming to see her play. What I'm saying is there are two totally different levels of people watching Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark. Okay, when Caitlyn Clark went to the Staples Center, they had to pull the tarp off the top level so that more people could sit in the stadium. They don't do that when Angel Reese came to the play the Sparks. When Caitlyn Clark came to the Aces, they had to move out of Michelob and play in T-Mobile because they outsold all of the seats. They're not doing that when Chicago comes to play them. Secondly, if Angel Reese, if she was that much of a draw, she wouldn't have went so low in the draft. Her hometown team passed on her and took the same position. If she was that much of a draw, Washington would have took her with the 4th pick. They didn't do that. No one was passing up on Caitlyn Clark. Nobody. Several teams passed up on Angel Reese. Angel Reese had a Nike brand deal before Caitlyn Clark. Who got the shoe deal first?
Yeah.
Those are all valid points,
Like,
Mel.
there's levels to this shit. There's levels to
Those are all
this.
valid points.
Angel Reese is not the draw.
Caitlyn Clark didn't even step foot on the court yet
You also missed the point that nobody said that she don't
him.
have the bigger draw, but you're skipping over the people who dress up in pillowcases and burn lower case tees on the
Not to
front lawn.
mention,
You
not
skipped
to
over the
mention,
whole statement that we made, but I hear you.
not to mention when you have rappers and when you have
I
superstars
skipped over
coming up
what?
to the game, it's I think it goes to a different level of a kind of draw than just having
Rappers and NBA
new
players and all they've been coming. Just because
Nah,
you get a
like
I
couple,
don't
just
I
because
I
you
mean,
get
no,
a
I
couple
mean,
don't have
more
to talk
coming
like
and
to
we're
Caitlyn
not.
see
I'm
her doesn't mean
No,
When
that
the
you
the
last
show
also
time
happened.
Cardi B? When's the last time Cardi B got online to
no,
apologize for missing a game for a WNBA game? I've never heard Cardi B say,
no.
"Hey, I'm
I've
sorry,
never seen.
WNBA player, I missed your game."
I don't see her
Let me
talk.
let me say this though. Let me say this though, because like nobody is trying to, or at least I'm not. I'm not trying to say she is a bigger box office draw. What I'm saying is it never gets to the level it got if they never played that game. Period. No one can deny that. She still could have had fans. She still could have been famous or whatever. The WNBA would not be what it is today at all in any form. Not from Caitlyn, not from Angel. If they never met each other, they needed each other. Is the point? Not, not. Oh, Angel Reese is going to pack the seats better. No, obviously not. But if
Right.
that
And
rivalry never happened, we are no, like us randoms that came out of nowhere would have never cared.
and that's the thing. It's like
No, see that's the
it's
whole
funny
thing.
how the conversations
I
get
look the
steered because
random real quick, and I gotta head up out of here.
No, go ahead.
I know. Excuse me. I know he got a bad connection.
Now my connection is
Yeah, his connection is going crazy right now.
okay. Y'all do y'all thing. I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow.
All right,
You know,
man.
Yeah,
good.
my connection is
Have a
nuts.
good night, man.
All right, I was gonna say I don't like how I get steered because the conversation was never that Angel Reese is a bigger draw, right? We talking about the push, we talking about these random fans that's supporting her, we talking about the difference in the fans because again, I mean I can get online easily and just show you a list of racist comments that people make in the name of claiming they're some WNBA fan. These are Clark fans out here with racism. These are Clark fans out here threatening to kill women. And it's weird because if I was to run around threatening to kill white women or showing up to white women's hotels threatening them,
Oh,
that would be
you
a
know where you going.
problem in the whole world.
You know
But
where
when
you
it
going.
happens to these black women, we're just going, oh, ha 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 ha. You
Yeah,
shouldn't have gave her
hey,
a hip
Mr. White,
check in that game.
Mr. White, you do that. You know where you going.
Come
Yep.
on, man. Come
No
on, man.
good.
Like,
You won't see
come on,
daylight.
man.
You won't see
Come
daylight
on,
And
no
man.
more.
to
It's
expand off that
sickening.
point, right?
You
To
gonna be
expand off
the
that
next
point,
Diddy, fam.
Yep.
Like if you
to
do that,
expand off that
if
point,
you do that, you the next Diddy, fam.
Yep.
it's just it goes to a different level, right? Like when he's talking about the draw, like obviously you have a whole bunch of new fans that are going to come in to see Caitlyn Clark, but like Draymond said, that doesn't happen if the antics don't happen. And if we're going to sit here and talk about the antics, right, and to say that none of the other rookies didn't go through that, yes, they did. Candace Parker came in and damn near dropped a triple double on all the vets' head, and they had a problem with it. Like this shit happens. I just watched the game with the Seattle Storm, and freaking Skylar Diggins was bleeding. Asia Wilson got smacked
Exactly.
across her face last night, and she was bleeding from her nose. Like, freaking.
What were the
Katie
responses to
and,
those clips? Let me ask you
exactly.
that. What
Where's
were
the
the
responses?
responses? Because the hip
Katie
check.
Cooper and Katie Cunningham got into it, damn near fought on the court last year, and they're teammates now. Nobody's saying shit about that, right? Like this shit
Man,
happens. This is basketball. A lot of people, and this is the reason why I asked this on social media. I'm like, when did we get so soft in competing, right?
we didn't. It's only to protect this white hope. And
Thank
that's
you.
the thing. Because even if we take the hip check out of play, I watched Angel Reese box out Caitlyn Clark and Caitlyn Clark flops, right? And you can hear the announcer say, that's a flop right there. That's a flop
Yeah.
right there. Online, everybody's like, this dirty bitch. She's doing dirty plays. She's trying to hurt. That's a regular box out, baby. And then you mad because she do what? A little taunting? Wait a second. Did we send Ant-Man death threats? Because all I see is Ant-Man talk shit.
Wait
All
a
I
minute.
see is
Hold
Luca
on.
talk shit.
Hold
Well,
on.
hold
Hold
on.
on.
We don't watch.
Hold-
Come
Hold
on, like
on. But hold
we,
on. We've also seen in her college days, Caitlin Clark doing a little taunting too. We seen
in
that
her
as
college
well.
days, the same game
We
when
just
she got
seen
hip
that.
checked.
We
Before
seen
she
that.
got hip checked, it looked like she turned to Carter and said, "Yeah, bitch."
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on, man.
Yeah.
Come
Not to
on,
mention
man.
she gave her
It's
an
not
elbow,
like
and a
she
lot
ain't
of
talking
people are
it's
gonna
not
say,
like she's not talking trash too.
yeah, and it's like not to mention the elbow. So and I know a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, she didn't do it on purpose." It's like these are competitors. You don't have to do something in the name of a game on purpose for a competitor to feel some type of way and want to get some get back.
Hey, you ain't never been a real hooper. You ain't never been a real hooper. You've been on the couch your whole life. If you
Your
ain't
whole
never
life,
got
you ain't
fouled in
never
the
played on
game, looked
court.
at buddy and
Nothing.
said, "Oh, okay.
Look,
When
I
you go
was
for that
the
layup, I'm gonna be right there, big dog."
I was the
That's
queen
called
of
getting a receipt.
rebounds, and I used to elbow and push off the hell out of you to get the board. Every in if about to get the board to you. I look. I push people out the way to get it. So
Come
Can you
on,
know what
man.
I'm
I get
talking
it.
about when I'm talking about when I say this? That's called getting a receipt.
We watch the
That's what that
NBA
is.
do it every
That's what
night,
that
man.
is.
Every night. They just did it tonight.
Get this receipt.
Come on, man. We watch the NBA do it every night.
Yep.
And Angel Reese said she was like she said they're not supposed to take it lightly on me when I'm a rookie. They're not supposed to take things easy on me. Like,
And
come
that's
on.
Caitlyn Clark. That's my thing with Caitlyn Clark. She needs to step up and distance herself from the bullshit. Hey, I'm playing basketball. I need everybody else to stop taking this away from basketball and let me play basketball.
Thank
Hey,
you.
I'm playing basketball. These racist fans speaking for me, these people showing up, I don't condone that. That's not okay. Stop doing that. She needs to speak out like that. That's what needs to go on. She needs to tell these NBA. I ain't never heard. This is crazy to me. We have recorded conversation of NBA players and Hall of Famers say they should be taking it easy on Caitlyn to sell some tickets. Huh?
Boom. Literally.
Did you just publicly tell us not to play competitively?
I've
So
heard
almost like y'all niggas be cooking the books in your sport. Is that what I'm hearing? Oh, okay.
those discussions. I've heard those
Interesting.
discussions.
All I know
And,
is Stewie set a hell of a pick on her ass. Boop, ran it right into the brick wall. And I'm
that's
just
the
like,
thing.
as a team, as we're coached and we're on the basketball team, what the first thing your coach tell you? Communicate and tell your teammate that a screen is coming. Why ain't nobody tell her screen is coming?
What Kobe tell you in that redeemed? Hey, send Paul my way. I'm gonna set a
Oh
pick
yeah, I'm
on
gonna run through. Yep.
Was that a basketball play, America?
No.
That was another black man knocking somebody white out, but y'all ain't had no issue with that, huh? Come
And
on, bro.
Nope.
He was
That
he was
Carter
like,
hip
he
check
was
ain't
like,
shit
Hey,
Paul's
I
my
did
brother.
it.
He was
I
like,
did
Paul's
it.
my brother.
I
but
did it.
we not on
We love that.
Kobe,
How
my
many
guy.
of us love that?
Kobe, my guy for that.
Oh, come on.
He
We
like
love
that
that.
nigga said that.
that's
That
the
nigga said,
key
"I love
part
you,
about
pal."
it.
He
That's
said,
the
"I love
key
you,
part
pal,
about it
but
right
I'm about to
there.
smack the shit out you."
Oh,
That's
God.
the key part
We
about
love
it
that.
right there.
And that's what we love about Kobe. Come on,
Competitive
man.
nature, right? A lot
Uh-huh.
of people ain't competitive nowadays. So even Kobe sitting here telling his teammates, "Hey, that's my teammate, but I'm gonna run through this nigga chest, bro. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit because I'm finna set a motherfucking tone in this shit." Okay?
None of that. He's
The whole
Draymond that
team was
nigga.
like,
Look,
ooh, the whole
and
team was
this
like,
is the
oh.
a
He
lot of people.
Draymond that nigga.
This is the reason. This is the reason why I say this shit is key, right? Is because a lot of people don't understand that competition factor, that competition nature. That man is the godparent of his motherfucking daughters, bro, and he's sitting there telling his teammates, LeBron, D Wade, Chris Bosh, Carmelo, hey, set that motherfucking because I'm gonna run through this nigga's chest, bro. And
Come
they
on.
already know the situation. Like, nigga, that's your goddamn. You
And
son,
if
nigga,
you
nigga,
ain't
my mom,
watched
I'm gonna
it,
run through
go
this nigga's
watch
chest.
it. Because you have to see what he talking about when he ran the godfather of his kids. And here go LeBron, D Wade, Melo telling all of y'all, we wasn't ready. We didn't realize he was on some real nigga shit like that. Like, boom, all they eyes get big.
That
Competition,
he said
competition. It's
that nigga
like
was
you
on
said, they not
bullshit.
competitors.
That nigga was
Literally.
on bullshit. That nigga his exact words were, "I know what they gonna play." He was like, "And that's how gonna be the last screen, and I'm gonna run straight through that motherfucker." Woo!
Everybody was
And
like, oh shit.
And boy, did he
premeditated,
do that!
premeditated.
I had to go back and watch the whole game just to see that moment.
Come
Like,
on, man.
god damn.
Everybody goes through it. Everybody's gonna get their lick. Everybody's gonna have their moments in the game. And for everybody to sit up here, oh well, that's assault. And it's like, bro, a hip check ain't nothing. It's not like they went and went and freaking suplexes,
Caitlyn
bro. You're
Clark
acting like they gave her an
beef
RKO in
up
the middle of the goddamn court.
needs to beef
Bro,
up physically and go get her damn lick back. Point blank
bruh,
period.
Angel Reese, Angel Reese got rock bottomed out the sky. Gotten in one of the coldest WWE moves I've ever seen in the middle of play, bruh. And she said with a straight face, she's supposed to do that.
Have y'all ever heard of the Bad Boy Pistons?
Like,
I just be lost. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. Here's the problem: basketball that we love, not that old white man plumber can't jump shit. The basketball that really took over the world that we love came from hoods, came from
Facts.
my
Facts.
dreams is escaping the streets, and all I can do is pick up this ball and hoop. And what happens on them courts? I'm from one of them, Chicago. You gonna tell me you ain't never been on a court cussing a nigga? Hey, bitch ass, the blah blah. It get competitive. I didn't cuss my teammate out. Motherfucker, pass me the ball and move, bitch. I got this. You fucking the game. But hey,
Come
what we do?
on.
Come on, that's my dog, nigga. You know we coming to get this win. We are competitive on that court. That's adrenaline pumping. So if I gotta yell at niggas and let them know move, bitch, and give me the ball, I'm gonna tell them that. You see, Ant-Man just did it. That's how it be. But these new age motherfuckers that came up on social media and AAU with their best friends and they don't know about that.
Can
I'm
we
out here hooping to live shit no more. If they don't have that same competitive edge, man, they don't know what they
can we
doing out
call
here.
this the soft guy era?
100%, 100%,
Nobody talking about
100%.
Rick Mahorn
Oh,
going after Lisa
Oh,
Leslie.
sure about
come
it.
on,
Sure
come
about
on.
it. Come on now.
Talk about
Come
it,
on now.
right?
Yeah,
Nobody
Like,
talking
you
about
can't
that.
really you can't really. And this is my problem with this whole narrative, right? Is the fact of the matter is motherfuckers acting like these NBA vets are fucking up the bag of Caitlyn or fucking up their bag. It's like ain't nobody out here telling her not to sign brand deals. Ain't nobody out here holding her away from brand deals and telling her not to sign these contracts and be fucking with Nike and all the shit like that. Hell no. But when they get on the court, you best believe they're gonna bust her ass for sure. But nobody's out here hindering her from brand deals. Nobody's out here harassing her to the point where she can't be signing this stuff or she can't work with people. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's stopping her bag. Look,
All right, I'm glad I'm glad that's exactly what we talking about
we
because
want to see competitive nature. Like when Kennedy Carter is going at her on Twitter talking about, oh, what does she do? She don't do stuff besides shoot threes. Nigga, that's what I want to see. Nigga, I'm finna go retweet that, nigga, because I want to see that next matchup. Nigga, shit. Hey, you said all I can do is shoot threes? Well, here's one for your eye. Nigga, shut up, nigga. You feel me? Oh, bet, nigga. You feel me? That's the competitive shit that we want to see.
I love that
NBA players, NFL players do this shit all the time. Nobody says shit about it. But Kennedy Carter come out, oh, well, she do nothing but shoot threes, and everybody got a problem with it. It's like,
hey, and first off, Kennedy Carter can say whatever she wants. She busted the girl ass. Go look up the stats of that game.
It's a free
Go look at the stats. Actually, fuck the stats because stats sheets be lying to y'all. You know why Chicago didn't win? Because Mabry and Evans. If they would have stopped taking the ball and said, "Here, Carter, keep cooking,"
Didn't they hold her to 11 points? If I'm not mistaken, didn't they?
Who?
I believe they. I think Caitlyn Clark.
Caitlyn? Yes, 11 on like 11 or 9 because she was like 4 for 11 that day.
Yep.
Okay. And Carter was 8 for 12. Okay. If you would have left the ball in her hands, she would have been cooking. Watch the game. She's cooking them, walking past them. Oh, you slow. Step past. It's easy. She would have. So here's the thing. I play basketball for real. So if I can bust your ass on the court, you know what I can do? I can call you trash. Because what you gonna do? You can't beat me. So that's what and that's why I want to pivot to the fact that funny enough, ESPN drops this ranking system for these rookies of the WNBA, huh?
Go ahead.
And you know who happens to be running the league right now is the top one?
Angel Reese.
Cameron Brink.
That's my
You
girl.
know who they
That's my
you
girl.
know who they put right back behind her?
That's my
Angel
girl.
Like number
Reese.
5 on that list.
That's my
I
girl.
said, what's going on? So I said, where's Clark? Caitlyn Clark is number 6
Wild.
with a win share of negative 0.4.
Hey,
The
Cameron's
number
playing
1
well
draft
right now.
pick.
Cameron's playing well.
Well, look,
She's playing well.
Cameron playing great.
This is
She's
Angel
playing
Reese's
well, man.
resume right now in the month of June. We're just talking about June, but everybody wants to talk about Caitlyn Clark and all this. So her June stats: 12.3 points a game, 11.3 rebounds, 1.7 assists, and 2 steals. She's leading the league.
2 steals.
She's leading all the rookies in rebounds, leads all rookies in steals, triple doubles, win shares, games per, second among rookies in points,
Playing
second
amazing,
among
man.
rookies in offensive rating and defensive rating.
And not to mention, not just rookies, league leader in offensive boards. Okay.
But we talking about Caitlyn Clark.
Yep. Good point.
Who
Keith.
is, and this is the thing, right? This is the thing,
point,
right? For a lot of people that want to say that Caitlyn Clark is a draw and she's automatically rookie of the year because of all her hype. Bro, she's bottom tier, like literally bottom in 3-point percentage, in 2-point percentage, and she's literally leading the league in turnovers and has more techs than she has wins. This is not good. Like y'all gotta stop with this unnecessary hype and start talking about these rookies that are actually balling. Alyssa Peely is leading the league in 3-point percentage right now.
Angel Reese has a rebound rate of 17.4%, also ranks among the league's top 10 players. She leads the league by a wide margin in offensive rebound rate. Reese is grabbing 18.3% of available offensive rebounds. So basically, if 5 offensive rebounds is available, she's grabbing at least one of them mugs.
Boom. Like
she's dogging them down there. And they talk about her shooting percentage, but it's funny because half the shots she take, she offensive boards that amount. So half her shots is her down there saying, "This is mine." She's allowed to go up with that. And what's she doing at the free throw?
Wait till Camilla get acclimated and comfortable. Ooh.
And that's when they're when that double threat is full. Man, we saw it on display. We saw it on display when in Cordoso debut. She was cooking. Boston and her was fighting. She was on point when she gets acclimated and
only thing with Camilla that I
Chicago
worry
got
about
a team.
I'm a South Carolina fan and fanatic, so I watch Camilla. She has, like Dawn Staley said, she has to demand and want the ball. She has to be dominant and want it for herself. Because there was plenty of times Dawn Staley took her out because she wasn't dominant and she didn't want it. She has to want it. She
looked like she wanted now.
Her debut, she wanted it. And they even
She
said,
looked
we
like
got to
she
get
wanted
the
now.
ball. She has to want it. And nobody can stop her. She's 6'7". Who is stopping 6'7"?
Yeah, big dog. Big dog. And if she missed, you know who right there with her? Angel Reese.
Let's
That's
talk
a
about
problem.
Let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about that real quick because I love how Mel brought up the draw about Caitlyn Clark in the Indiana Fever and how they had to move and all the stuff like that and everything like that. And it's like, don't you think that's kind of odd that they're doing this for a low market Indiana team because they had the number 1 pick, but they're not doing it for a major market in Chicago Sky team that not only has 2 national champions, that has 2 national champions on it. I always thought that was kind of weird. Like, why are y'all doing this much for a small market team that's not good when you have 2 national champions on the same team, 1 national champion that just won this year, another national champion that won last year,
and we're not talking about Dallas selling out.
Dallas
selling out. I think they're trying to probably I think they're trying to generate the money to probably lure in other people.
But listen, here's the thing: they're trying to generate off the Caitlyn name, but they sleep on a lot of other people. And Chicago has almost doubled their sales this year. Almost doubled their sales with a main draft pick being out. They got Cordoso out there. They got Angel Reese, the 2 new rookies that are immediately having an effect in the league, and not just amongst rookies, but amongst players across the league. So then you add Carter, who's coming off an injury, despite her history and the attitude that she proposed. It looks like she's finally landed on the team where that's gonna fit in. Mabry can be streaky, but we know she's a threat out there scoring. So then you got Evans, a hound on defense. Off the bench, we got Diamond DeShields, who I actually had the enjoyment of going to high school with, Norcross High, and I watched her bring in 3 or 4 high school titles to that team. So that's a great pickup straight off the bench. I hope she gets that playing time and gets acclimated. But Chicago got a real threat. So to his point, that's definitely a team they need to be thinking about putting that market behind.
And they got a great coach in Teresa Witherspoon.
I love, man. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that clip when they was listening to her coach? When she couldn't hear them, they was like, "Oh, and she out there barking at us." I love, man, just listening to her. I could just listen to that during the game. Fuck the announcers. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I feel that. How do y'all think the vets are adjusting? Because I think a lot of the conversation is based off Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark. But when they start to ask the vets, I seen Alicia Clark's comments today. We heard Asia Wilson's comments a few weeks back, along with Becky Hammond. But how do you think the vets are really adjusting to the quote unquote Caitlyn Clark effect when it comes to new doors being opened, right? The charter flights and all the extra stuff like that. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Key on this one.
I mean, I think they're adjusting pretty well. I mean, half the teams the Fever done faced already. They didn't already won. New York put 100 points on them twice. Connecticut, them teams. I think the vets are handling it pretty well. They just not talking about them as much, but they're handling it pretty well. Alyssa Thomas, Bonner, Brianna Stewart, even Sabrina Ionescu. I mean, she's not quite of a vet, and she's only been there a couple years, but they're fine. They're fine. DT, Tarazi gonna get her licks in her talks, so they're fine. Caitlyn Clark, at the end of the day, next year, ain't nobody really gonna be talking about her. And it was the hype right now. She's gonna be fine. Once the dies down, Caitlyn Clark's gonna be able to handle her own. But I think the vets are handling it pretty well. Angel Wilson, she's all right. Y'all don't want to talk about me. I'm gonna just continue to dominate and do what I do. So there you go. They're gonna be fine.
Dre, what's your thoughts?
On what Caitlyn Clark will be?
Really just how the vets are adjusting to the quote-unquote Caitlyn Clark effect, and if you think it's really affecting them, or are they just balling right now, saying fuck the rookie, we just gonna get ours, and we understand that there's gonna be some royalties that come with her name, but we really don't care whether she's here or not.
I feel like the way they adjusting to it is really the same way anybody would get adjusted to when they come in the league like that. Like, think when Wemby came in the league and they're talking about, oh, he's 7 foot with a handle, da 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 da. You got footage of Draymond. Like, what? We finna stop that. Fuck you mean? Right? They found out they couldn't.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was their reaction. Oh, what are they gonna do? They never had a shooter like this. They don't got nobody who plays like this. All right. Let's see how that go. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's how the vets have adjusted to her specifically, right? But other than that, I feel like the vets is doing them. Like, I feel like the charter flight stuff. I feel like are they already doing the charter flights, or are they still working on that?
It's just for the fever, and
Yeah.
it's just for the fever.
Yeah.
Nobody else has it yet.
Yeah.
So Draymond, I think he dropped out and got his GED. Oh, there
Which
he
is some
goes.
bullshit. Which is some bullshit in itself.
I can't believe that shit.
That's some bullshit in
Mr. Ryan, how
itself.
we feeling about that?
I can't believe that shit.
Yeah, I think they handling it as expected, man. You know, it's one. If you hear any bitterness, I don't even know if I would call it that. Like, you gotta understand, they trying to tell you, like,
I don't think it's
y'all are
bitterness
giving
either.
us, yeah, y'all are giving us this question about this rookie, and no disrespect to her hype, like, and that's the thing. I think anytime people try to bring people back to earth, they make it about attacking Caitlyn Clark. We've been doing this. This has been our job. We've been rookies, so we know what it is. It's a shame that Oz's point before was, hey, y'all are focused on her so much that y'all are missing out on great stars, specifically great black stars as well, that y'all ain't even trying to focus on. And then they changed it to Caitlyn hate when she personally said it's not about Caitlyn. That's not what I'm saying. She's trying to make y'all realize these black women are underappreciated. The greatness of some of our black women are underappreciated. She then responds to all of that by having a MVP season, and they still do not talk about it. They're more interested in flopping in private jets. So as a vet, it's annoying. It's annoying. I've been here doing this for years. Y'all are telling me that the reason y'all are watching now is because this is the greatest player. And that is what's annoying, is you had people in college talking about this non-natty winning young lady as the best female basketball player of all time. Most entertaining scorer? Sure. But the best basketball player, female wise, again, Stewie, who we seen you face. And she ain't going out like that. Aja. Hey, it's so many vets doing their thing. And that's the thing too. When you say how they responding, wonderfully as well, because I'm watching them cook. They're cooking. Their court play is speaking for them. And it's a shame because the media is going to ignore that fact every time to try and sell some new spun story, because this outrage America shit, it gets more views than anything else. And it's a shame.
True. Willie, how we feeling?
I think the vets are getting along with it just fine. They're playing their game. They're not letting it bug them. Just not letting them get to them. They're being professionals like they're paid to be. Regardless of how little they get paid, they need to fix that. But regardless of how little they get paid, they're handling our professionals. You've seen it each and every night. They're doing their thing. They're going to continue to do their thing. I agree, Key. Next year, I don't think Caitlyn will be all that. I think Caitlyn will be settled down. She'll be settled in. And she won't get half the attention that she's getting this year. So at the end of the day, the vets are handling it well. They're going to continue to play well. They're going to continue to do their thing and do what they're getting paid to do.
And to speak on that, right? I think the vets they're handling it the way they were going to handle it. Right? They knew that these rookies were going to come into the league. They knew they were going to come in with the right hype. But at the same time, they knew that they were going to play their own game and just allow the rookies to develop as they go. But it's real interesting that the hype that follows Caitlyn Clark, because with Angel Reese's comments, with her saying, "Well, Caitlyn Clark isn't the only one or the only person, the only reason why people are watching. Like, I am too." And it's like, if she doesn't go click at Caitlyn Clark, none of this stuff starts. So she's really the reason as to why Caitlyn Clark really got her hype. Because if you even go back to that recruiting class in 2020, Caitlyn Clark was 4. Paige Beckers was 1.
Yeah.
Angel Reese was number 2. So, like, she's always been ahead of her as far as pure basketball play, as far as recruiting wise, as far as attention wise, as far as national ability ranking wise, right? So Like without Angel Reese's antics and going at her and making Caitlyn Clark the star that she probably really doesn't want to be, right? She doesn't like being in the spotlight and all that stuff like that, right? But Angel Reese, she does, right? She has the nickname, the moniker, the Bayou Barbie, right? She understands the spotlight, right? So without her bringing Caitlyn into the spotlight as a rivalry kind of thing, it's like she doesn't get all this hype. Nobody knew who she was until Angel Reese really got in her face and was like, "Yeah, you can't see me, nigga. I'm finna get this motherfucking. You ain't finna be shit." You feel me?
Just imagine if
And
Ursula didn't play on the same team as her. Them two would have been in the spotlight as well because they had that rivalry together. So
Right.
just
Yeah.
imagine if they didn't play, if they didn't play with each other, but since they playing with each other, that's just a
Right.
daily duo. I'm sorry, that's the best duo, and that's the best duo.
And can I point out something about this? Let me ask you a question. When you think of teams like Dallas or teams like Minnesota, you know who they're gonna interview after the game, right?
Yeah.
Most
Luca,
definitely.
Ant-Man, right?
Yeah.
Because your young stars are the people that jump in those interviews. We see Angel Reese get a lot of those as well. I
Mhm.
find it interesting that I took a second to look up Caitlyn Clark quotes. That's what I Googled. Caitlyn Clark quotes. Went to the news so I could see sports news and sorted it by date. And Angel Reese, Caitlyn Clark's classy quote about Iowa. Basically, what I'm saying is I can't find anything newer than 3 weeks to talk about Caitlyn Clark from Caitlyn Clark's mouth.
Yeah, she don't talk to
All
the
your
media.
Yeah,
She don't
news,
talk.
all
yeah,
your news is being sold off of we're trying to say what these women are saying and they're attacking her. I haven't heard her speak. I haven't heard, you know what I mean? And not as much as you hear this influx of everything else. We don't even hear this woman's thoughts on everything.
True.
Which is weird. Which is weird. We would have never seen a young LeBron come into the league and not speak to the reporters. We would have
that's
never
also
seen
a part of the problem. Like that's a huge part of the problem when it comes to how she herself is viewed. You know what I'm saying?
and
Because you,
how her fans view it too. Yeah.
Mhm.
Agreed.
because I ain't gonna lie, like the thing that gave me respect for Kobe, like so much respect for Kobe, is like I remember like when he went up for a dunk. And this motherfucker goes to block his shot and like elbows him in the face and like knocks him out the air. And right after they interviewed him, like, hey, you want to tell us about that play when he smacked you out there? He's like, no, I'm all right. I'm all right. And you can see, like, I'm gonna fight him in the back. I'm good. Like, I don't want nobody to trip. Like, and that's what we respect. But it's like, Caitlin Clark, everybody's talking about how you're being punished.
Silence.
Like,
And why and any well-trained rookie going into the NBA, you know what I think their response would be? I don't think anybody's targeting me. We're out here just playing basketball.
We're just playing basketball.
We're out
I
here
think
just
you
playing
know what
basketball.
and that would make the entire league respect it. I guarantee it. The entire league would be like, nigga, we done knocked her on her ass, nigga, in the most obvious way, and she got up and shook it off. Like, nah, let's play, bitches. Like,
And I lead
feel
y'all
it.
slowly before I jump off the bridge, and this is where I'm gonna jump off the bridge because you're not coming out and stopping this with a simple "we're playing basketball." Hey, we can stop all this out. Don't go to Carter's Hotel. That's not okay. We're here playing basketball. That's what I'm here for. Instead, she just quiet. She not celebrating with her team with that jungle music. She just gives me the feel of the girl that is perfectly okay with being the victim,
Yep.
using her whiteness to get everything she needs, and it works so well with the fan base that's coming in because they are going to treat it like a race
Mr.
issue,
White,
and they're
real
going to
quick.
moggle their way to the top. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
real quick, Mr. White. You know the other end of that. Or when a woman weaponizes her tears, or a white woman weaponizes her tears, she ain't even crying, dog, and getting all this.
Man,
She ain't even crying.
and look how they treated Angel Reese for crime.
Yep.
Mm.
It's
Mm.
like, no, she crying because she lost. No, she's tired of your bullshit.
Bullshit.
For
I've been
a
getting
whole
death
year-
threats.
A whole
You
year
deserve
she had
it.
to deal with, but she didn't tell it publicly. She
Yep.
waited till after she lost to say it. But
Yep.
y'all say,
My-
oh,
am-
she's crying, she a brat, oh, she lost,
Come
deal
on.
with it. No, y'all
Yep. Exactly.
Come on, hey, listen, man. If y'all been around snow bunnies before, y'all done seen the type. You know what I mean? You done seen the type. Like,
Actual.
won't they not gonna instigate everything, but they know what really happened, and they're gonna let people think what they think. You know what I mean? That's exactly what she's doing. She's like, I mean, I'm gonna let them think what they want to think about it. I know I might have flopped on that play a little bit, but shit, think what you want to think. I'm okay with that.
No, I can't. I don't know. Like I really, I don't know. Caitlyn's attitude to me, and I'm not gonna say attitude. I feel like that word's a little strong, but like I feel like it makes her fans talk the way they talk. Like I showed up on a post today, and they was talking about Trinity Carter, and I was like, man, I said she actually had a great game. Like I'd rather watch her than Caitlyn. Like what?
Yep. Fact.
And
Fact.
all of her fans attacked me, right? But the thing is I'm like, this is like one of them random days where I'm like, fuck it, I'm on game, nigga. I'm not doing nothing right now. Like, let me see what y'all talking about, right? And every single person that came on, like, with the exception of maybe like 2 people, were like, oh, you must be black. like, is that all you got? Like, it was comment after comment. I'm like, I'm trying to debate. I'm trying to pick apart what you said, and like, you think I'm gonna get frustrated, and they were getting frustrated because I'm just pointing and laughing at them. Like, oh, so another one of you guys, right? All right, cool. Next, like, you know what I mean? I'm just weaving through them, like, and I'm trying to see if I'm actually gonna get basketball conversation. Am I gonna get percentages? Am I going to get stats?
Nobody cares about it. It's race baiting. The basketball is shrouded in race baiting.
They just care about the political envoy of all this. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all they care about. The political envoy of everything where this is going. That's all they care about. They don't care about the game of basketball. They don't know the game of basketball like we do.
Exactly. And that's
really any way, then they have to exploit it and have to point it out, because that's their way, shape, or form of trying to get back. I've heard so many narratives and so many dumbass storylines about how this league, because it's dominated by black women, that they're being racist towards Caitlyn Clark, and it's I ain't gonna lie, it's starting to get old, it's starting to get annoying, because this is the only way that they can really cope with the fact that their great white savior isn't as good as you guys thought she was, and that's okay. She might pan out to be, she might pan out not to be. All right. She might pan out to be the average player in the league.
There's a defensive game plan to her. You can easily shut her down. Raven Johnson did it in college. Force her to the left. If you force her left, she cannot get a shot off, and she's going to want to dish it out pass. Dejanay Carey can lock her down the very first game. She's easy to defend. Don't let her go right to get that shot off.
Ain't like she the most athletic chick out there. I tell you that.
Yeah, Nika Mule did it in the matchup against UConn before she got hurt. So it's like there's just ways, and I think a lot of people forget that, like, these are professionals. Not only are they professional players, they're professional coaches, they're professional scouters, they're professional assistant coaches. They're gonna be watching film. That's all they fucking do is watch film on players. And because she's such a star player, because she's Caitlyn Clark, and because they understand her vulnerabilities, they're going to exploit them.
Yep.
I don't understand why y'all think that's not going to happen. Nobody's just going to let this girl go down the lane or let her hit her fancy step backs and just let her cap off 40 points. That's not the type of shit that these women are about to do. They gonna go out there.
That's what a lot of people don't realize, bro. Like, the NBA made Steph Curry get shoulders, nigga. Like,
yeah.
Straight up. Like, and I say that partially to be funny, but I'm dead ass serious too. Like, there was one season he ended and he was skinny and he came back like, yeah, like, who want to meet me in the back? Like, bro got in the gym. Like,
he came back like he was doing fucking pull-ups all day.
Yeah.
Bro.
We're gonna see Caitlyn gain. We're gonna see Caitlyn gain some muscle next year. She needs to be physical, come back, get your legs back. That's all you gotta do.
If I was her, I would call Steph. If I was her, I'd call Steph.
The people telling us she being targeted in this week, man, they guys that don't normally cover the sport. But then when you hear from the WNBA player, they saying that, hey, we all took up on coaches. We had to get in the gym. We had to get ready because this is the best. Moore, excuse me, what he alluded to earlier when we was talking about the Alicia Clark comments. She was saying, like, the guys I'm listening to tell y'all we targeting her never talked to none of us, never spoke to any of us, never came down here, had a conversation with the people who play the game. Now they're speaking on it. But then when the WNBA players and former WNBA players speak on it, they all have the same story. It's like it's people saying I'm gonna take the person who they didn't go to school. They was a high school dropout. They work at the gas station, but they telling me that the COVID virus is secretly caused by 5G. But this nigga who went to school studying viruses his whole motherfucking life is like, guys, we're all telling you, it's just COVID. It's not 5G. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop letting people uneducated on shit tell us what shit is. Let's start with that. If you man, pull up clips 2 years ago of how deep Charles Barkley was getting into the WNBA and the fouls people get in the WNBA. Can't do it. But now
Can't
you
do
want
it.
to tell us Caitlyn Clark is a target. And that's the thing. Excuse me, petty jealousy.
Mm.
That's damn near offensive that's condescending to say to some grown ass women. Y'all are petty. That sound like some overly male ego shit going on. Like, you gotta relax,
Oh,
bro. Petty
man.
jealousy.
Yep.
Come on now. And Charles,
Yep.
come on. Petty jealousy, kind of like you sitting across from Shaq every day. But
Mm.
let me
Mm.
mind my fucking business, ringless bitch. You know
Facts.
what?
Facts.
Man, make me get out my body. These men sound crazy, man. Sound crazy.
All right, Moo. What else we got?
I'm not gonna lie, that's really it on the docket. I was about to go around and give final thoughts anyway, starting with my boy Dre Run. Go ahead and kick us off, man.
Shit, man. I just hope everybody learns to stop complaining about basketball. Like, I feel like this would never happen in the NBA. Also, tap in Dre Run everywhere, all streaming platforms, Slow to Speak TV. Signing out.
Sure, Key, what you got for us?
In the words of Chris Tucker in Rush Hour, I ain't gonna be no bitch. So y'all, they need to not be no bitch. Okay, like Caitlyn Clark will be fine. She will be okay. We need to acknowledge some of these other players who was balling right now, and I'm over it. I'm over it. Like it's like we're discrediting everybody else. So I'm over Caitlyn Clark. I'm over it. Let her do whatever. Let the season play out. Whatever she gonna do. But these other girls is balling. We already went down the list of the names. So Leah Edwards and winless Mystics, mind you that they haven't won a game yet. But Aaliyah Edwards is still balling for that team.
She balling now. She
They're going to
balling.
be fine. I mean, I don't like how they keeping Delhi hostage. That's why she's not playing this year. She said, "Oh, y'all not gonna let me go? Well, screw y'all. You know what? I'm not playing." So, but just acknowledge some of these girls, these other women in this league right now. Besides Caitlyn Clark, there's other players besides number 22 that plays for the Indiana Fever.
Yes.
And you can find me anywhere. Key in the building. YouTube. Instagram, Twitch, 7200 seconds with me and my guy Coach Dante on Wednesdays. So we talk about everything, we rant and read everything. So yeah.
All right,
Mr. Wright, what you got for us, man?
So, honestly, man, I'm gonna just say, like, as everybody say, man, I'm glad the eyes here, and we know that starts with Angel Reese, Caitlyn Clark, and the rest of those rookies that came in here and helped elevate the game, because it's a whole lot of them. It's a whole lot of them we like to watch. We ain't gonna keep running through the names. We know who they are. So man, final thoughts is everybody got to get out of this race baiting, man. If you don't really know what's going on, stop looking at what them comments saying and watch the games, man. Caitlyn Clark is not one of the best out there. The statistics to show you, watching the games to show you. But can she be that one day? Maybe. And I'm not here to knock that. But let's if we're gonna respect the sport, man, let's not only respect one, let's respect all of them that's doing it. And that's all that it really comes down to. Now, other than that, you can catch me on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Twitter, IG at Mr. Right 22, man. Mr. Right, Father Time album is out on Apple Music. We'll be on all other streaming platforms within the next week, man. So Father Time, be on the lookout. I appreciate you having me up here today, Move. Y'all know what it is, man.
Make sure y'all go check that out. Make sure y'all go follow all of these dope ass people on this panel. Willie, go ahead. Final thoughts.
Real quick. Final thoughts. Fuck Rod Manfred. Fuck you. Fuck Roger Goodell. Fuck you. Adam Silver, I ain't there with you yet. But fuck the other two. Y'all running both my games. But you can catch me on the Sports Report podcast every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on Facebook and on Twitch. And then you can catch me on my baby, the Geek on the podcast, on Facebook and Twitch, where we talk about anime, comics, television, you name it, we got it. So definitely check me out.
All right, y'all heard from all of these dope ass people. We appreciate the conversation, appreciate the comments. We know this is a hot topic, so we understand that this is probably going to be in the news cycle for a few weeks. Like everybody on this panel said, make sure you guys are just paying attention to other stars outside of Caitlyn Clark, because there are other stars outside of Caitlyn Clark. Cameron Brink for Rookie of the Year. Also, make sure you guys check out the rest of the shows throughout the rest of the week. Monday, Basket to Basket. Tuesday, we off because we got lives. Wednesday, Gentlemen's Talk. Thursday, we back here at PVT. Friday, talking that ish inside the huddle. And then Saturdays, Sundays, we off. Definitely got to pop up on the Geek Gauntlet podcast on Saturday, because I heard I peep some content. Y'all be doing some dope stuff in there, so I definitely
I'll send you an invite, man, for sure.
Most definitely. But
Yeah, shoot that my way too, for sure.
Yeah, same. I need that too.
I said, y'all gotta come hang out with me sometime. Come on and talk some stuff. Especially you, Will. I know you miss talking to Coach. And
let's get it. Let's get it. We appreciate everybody for sliding through. We are out of here. Peace.
Girl, you rock.